No! Stop! Reka! Reka!
Run.
Now, I went into this game with ignorant eyes. I haven't read anything online, stayed away from reviews, haven't touched the game before. This was my first time trying the game, and I can't lie, guys, I was a little bit disappointed. The game has a lot of promise. The culture aspect is amazing. This is maybe one of the few times we've seen a protagonist of Asian descent, and the culture weaved into the game was like a really interesting angle. The power aspect as well was really interesting, and exploring the fold was cool also, but the game ultimately fell short. I hate to be blunt and put it to you guys that way, but it falls short. This is a AA title game, very similar and along the lines of like Flintlock Siege of the Dawn. Both AA games, but Flintlock just does things a lot better, polishing wise, graphic wise, mechanics wise, fight mechanics, cutscenes, cinematics. It's hard. I'm noticing these days there's a lot of AA games coming out and they seem to be rushed titles. Unknown 9, The Awakening, it feels rushed. I can put my finger on it and I can let you know exactly what that issue is, but I want to talk about the good. I don't want to sit here, blast the game for 5 to 10 minutes. I want to kind of tell you exactly what I thought was good and had promise. So let's talk about the movesets. So you've got the basic stealth, push, takedown, peeking, which is looking into the fold, which is their spiritual realm, and step. Step is really cool. It's a really dope concept. You can phase into people's bodies and take control of their bodies. Overall, the game is okay. It's a linear path game as well, so it's not open world or anything like that. Given it's a AA game, I didn't expect much, but it seems to be a linear path. A lot of culture, a lot of Asian culture. Dialect is sick. The concept is sick. It revolves around these magical amulets that gives them, the questers, power to phase in and out of bodies and go into a different realm, which is called the Fold. I believe it's ultimately a battle between questers versus Ascendants. And off back, after the first hour or two, we're shown the main antagonist. We're shown this guy that kills her friend Rika, and then she's on a journey of getting a bit of revenge back while also on the run because the Ascendants are still looking for her. This game, what lets it down the most, and I'm going to cut to the chase here, it's the frame rate. The frame rate ruins everything about this game. During battle, the frame rate affects things. Traversing the environment, the frame rate affects things. Cutscenes, the frame rate affects things. It's so bad to the point where it seems so slow, frame rate wise. It felt like things were slowed down. I don't know if that's because modern day we're used to 60 FPS and above, and things move a lot more fluid these days on newer monitors, and yeah. But I just really truly believe we shouldn't be presented 30 FPS games in modern day. In 2024, that shouldn't be a thing. The frame rate let this game down massively, in my opinion. It has great RPG fundamentals, great stealth aspects, and it's pretty decent, to be honest. Visually and graphically, it's a beautiful game, and it has a lot of promise. Like I said, it's imbued with Asian culture, and you can see that from the jump, but it's the frame rate that ultimately puts a knife in this game, and it's failing right now, in my opinion. But I think I played around about 3 to 4 hours, and I was struggling to really go past that mark because I was just like, this frame rate, it's actually irritating my eyes. It's irritating my eyes. It's affecting the enjoyability for me when playing the game. And yeah, I hope the devs sort of stick it out, patch it. I'd like to revisit this game if they do patch the game, because even though it's stated that the game runs at 30 frames, I don't think it's actually hitting 30 frames. To me, the way the game runs, and I'm playing it on the PS5, I would estimate around about 25 to 28 frames. It doesn't feel like a smooth 30 frames. It just doesn't at all. And that in itself is affecting the experience for me. Overall, the game has a lot of promise. It's something that I would definitely revisit if they do patch the game and take the time to bring it up to speed. I feel like when I review these games or when I talk on these games, it seems like we're always waiting on that patch. We're always waiting for it to be brought up to speed, and I'm just tired of games coming out half-baked. I really feel devs should prioritize the smoothness of their games versus cramming in all of these features, and because features can come later. Ideally, if a game runs smooth, I would prefer that versus it being feature laden. That was my thoughts. This wasn't even a review. This was just my uncut thoughts of the game and how I feel and think about things at the moment. This was like a weekend of playing the game. I've played it over the weekend, and this is kind of where I stand at this moment. I'm willing to give it more time. I'm willing to revisit it. I'll be locked in on the devs' Twitter pages to see if they're going to address any of these issues and bugs. It has a lot of promise, but I think there's certain fundamental things they need to address. That's been my thoughts on Unknown 9 Awakening. Yeah, let's give it more time. But I'm out. Appreciate you guys pulling up as always. This has been another side quest, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'm out for real now. Peace.